Now, Evan Spiegel, another Stanford guy, was first known for something called Future Freshman. He had this idea, sounded like a good idea. I'm going to build a website for, a lot of us have kids who are heading towards college. You can learn about schools and prepare for school. So it's basically a high school senior prep website, and from what I heard, it was very good. It was great, in fact, except nobody wanted to use it. He had like 5 people subscribe to it. And so he said, you know what, I'm going to try, and eventually gave up, and he said, all right, I'm going to pivot, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try a company. We have this idea, a friend of mine, a site called, app actually, called Peekaboo. And they had this radical idea, let's make photos that disappear. And they had another problem though, nobody wanted it. The VCs, they wouldn't touch them. They didn't get it. Like, why would you have photos that disappear? Isn't the whole point of taking a picture that you keep it? You can only imagine the VC pitches here. I'm gonna take photos and then they'll be gone, like you never took them. Give me money. Nobody gave him money. And nobody really started, he for the whole summer, between his junior and senior year, he worked on this thing, and he counted 127 people downloaded this app, which is not good. That's not a good summer job. He should have maybe flipped iPhones or something. But Evan Spiegel has something that's also very core to this mindset that we all have to embrace, this millennial mindset. It's persistence. He's stuck with it. He can afford to stick with it, because when you're just living in the dorm and you're eating macaroni and cheese, it gives you an advantage. But we can learn from that. He stuck with it. He stuck with it. He stuck with it because he was right. He understood that in an age where everything you do is chronicled and kept forever, there's a utility in having communication that doesn't last forever. Now, most of us in this room, when we were in high school, what we did in high school stayed in high school. You didn't carry that baggage the rest of your life. He inherently understood that there was a place in society to have experiences, messages, photographs that would just go away, that would just live in your memory. You could actually have a real conversation with people. When you're texting, I mean, come on, when you're texting with somebody now, in the back of your head, you're like, well, what if this thing wound up on Gawker? Like, what would that look like? You don't have to worry about that Snapchat, which is what he renamed the site. And it slowly started building a little bit. He had an epiphany when they started looking at the data when it got big enough, and they saw that between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. they had a little traffic spike, and then it would ebb. Now, what's happening between 9 and 3? People are in school. People are sending messages. It's the best, like, old days, you pass a message to your friend and you crumble it up. These messages disappear. And so they start honing it, encouraging that, and basically spreading the word virally that this is how you pass notes in school. 20,000 people, 30,000 people, 50,000 people. It starts raising a little bit of money. Persistence. Then they raise $500,000. 3 weeks before he graduates, he gets the wire in class. He sees the confirmation of the wire, $500,000 comes in. He goes up to his professor, and he drops out of school at that moment 3 weeks before he graduates, which, there's a corollary with persistence. That might be cockiness, but but it worked because then our friend Mark Zuckerberg came in and said, you know what, Evan Spiegel, not much revenue model. I gave System $1 billion, and I gave Palmer Luckey $2 billion. So how much should I give you? $3 billion. He's 23 years old. $3 billion, and he turned them down. Evan Spiegel turned Zuckerberg down. He's 23. Apparently $3 billion is not enough when you're 23. That's the new math. That's our kind of guy, right? Think about that when you're going for your next big proposal. $3 billion, not good enough. And he was right, because Snapchat is raising money right now at a valuation of $20 billion. $20 billion. It's one of by far the most successful companies of the digital age. So I don't bring up all these examples to depress anybody here, although that might have just happened. I do it because we need to embrace it, because a lot of people are scared. the world's changing right now. But if we embrace this, there's never been more opportunity. Think about that, because there's no reason. Yes, as digital natives, they have certain advantages. But there's nothing inherent in their age that let them do that. It was a mindset that let them do that. The disruptive idea, the ability to pivot, the ability to share and use the crowd, the ability to be persistent. All of us can embrace that.